So today we're gonna work on animating a face that animates from a neutral position to an emotive position. So angry, sad, happy. If you're French, ennui, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Something that's emotive, right? You're trying to draw out some emotion from the face that you create. And so I'm just going to continue that experiment I had started here a few minutes ago and see if we can't get some different results. What I was trying to do was animate a rocket ship that went up and away using a blend. So I'll show you how I did that. All right, so I'll go ahead and get rid of this. All right, so what I wanted was a start position, so I made a little rocket ship here. And I need an end position because that's how a blend works. So I wanted it to fly off of here. And all right, so all I have to do is between these two objects is go up to Object, Blend. I'm going to set the blend options first. Now, I didn't find good success when I did smooth color. Smooth color did not give me smooth color with this, I think because it's a complex object. There's 3 or 4 shapes, and I think the blend just kind of freaked out and said, I can't do that. So what I did was I did specified steps, and I set it to 9, which is going to give me really super chunky animation. And that's fine, just to show you how this would work. If you want something super smooth, you would increase the amount of steps. But then again, it's harder to work with. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead. You first set up your blend, and then you actually make the blend. A couple steps. All right. Now, I wanted a little bit of an erratic path. And the way you create that is by using the pen tool, and I'm going to go from my center point of my object. Ooh, don't want to actually maybe I can just change it right there. Oh, it's going to let me. Okay, so if you look at the actual blend between these two objects, it creates what's called a spine. Okay. Now, I just learned that you can affect the spine. If you wanted to, this is how I've done it in the past and how I was shown to do it. If you wanted to create a different flight path for this thing, you would have to create an actual path. You would select them, and then you would go to Blend, Replace Spine, and it'll put it on that. All right. That's one way to do it. That's the way I've traditionally done it, but since I've learned differently, I'm going to go ahead and just change the spine as it is, and I'm going to put a point here, and then use my convert point tool to create a better flow here. All right, and now in order to change the orientation of my rocket ship here, I have to double click it. And then I can grab that item. All right, puts it in isolation mode if you guys remember that. So now it's going to actually kind of like the way the rocket ship is orienting. But you're going to see here, when you do this, the fins on my ship became misshapen. That is the danger of working with blends. A blend can misshape your. It's trying to blend those shapes. And it's not doing a great job of keeping the integrity of that shape together. All right, and I'm probably not gonna worry about it. Most people are probably not even gonna realize that has happened. Okay, so from there, in order to get my animation to work, all of these have to be on a different layer. Okay, or as I just discovered a few minutes ago, we might be able to separate this right in the export and have the Flash exporter animate this from a blend. And we're going to give that a try first because this would save me a ton of time. So we'll go to Export, Export As. We go to Rocket 2, and I'm going to hit Export. And now in advanced, let's see, basic is where it comes up here first. I'm going to do, let's see here, layers to files, no. Let's see how advanced, nope, it's got to go back. We've got to go back to AI layers to Swift frames, and then advanced, we're going to animate blend. And just see what happens. Let's see what happens first. All right, hit OK. What did we get? Rocket 2. Let's see what happened. Hey, sure enough, that saved me a lot of time. So you can create an animate with a blend there, and it goes a lot faster. So you might want to just use this when we do our work today with the face that is animated to show emotion. All right, so there we go. We created a looping animation that a rocket ship. Now, the more steps you have, the smoother the animation will be, right? And you might have noticed here in the export, when I go to export this, Swift export, okay, it'll say frame rate. This is set to 12 frames per second. FPS means frames per second in animation. The more frames per second you have, the smoother the animation will be, but it also means you got to work harder, right? Because you got to jam more frames into that animation per second. Okay. Yeah, right. It'll make you tear your hairs out. Both of them, if you have any left. Yours does. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and create a new image here. I'm going to save that. All right, create a new one. I have a document that is 640 by 480. Go ahead and create. Now I'm going to create my face. All right, so, and we'll go ahead and start off with any old shape. And we'll give it a fill color, something kind of close to skin tone for my face. All right. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the stroke to go away. There you go. Okay. Now I get a fill. I don't know. It's close-ish. All right. And then two little beady eyes. I'm going to give... I need to take the fill off of here. I'm going to give him some glasses. And give it a nice... Actually, I'll just go ahead and fill it with black. And then punch out the middle. All right, where is my Pathfinder? There we go. Gotta select them both. Then I can punch it out. Oh, for crying out loud. Do what I want, not what I tell you to do. I think my other shape went behind it. That's my problem. There we go. All right. Okay, and if we want this to be true to the way your instructor appears now, we'll give him a little beard. one little hair. There we go. Right up there. It's, whoops, not that big. There we go. Represented. All right, so how are we going to animate this thing? It really is up to you. I would suggest eyebrows are important. All right, so I'm going to put some eyebrows here. All right, I think what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of kind of the, what is it called? What's that English comedy group, Monty Python, where they cut the chin out and then they animate it that way? I'll just go ahead and do that. All right. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to put this in outline mode for the moment, and then use my scissor tool. Okay. Or is it my knife? I always get those two confused. All right. Dude. So now I should have two shapes here. Okay. All right. So if I were to take that off, yes, I can see it. Okay. And now, in order to cut the beard in the same way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in front of that. I'm going to copy, let's see here. What I want to do is I want to use this shape to divide those two shapes. Exclude, no, I want my whole Pathfinder. I want to use my divide. Did it work? Yeah, it did. Okay, so now that can become black. Get rid of that. So those two things can now work together. All right, so I've got those two shapes. All right, so let's just give it a try, shall we? Let's see if we can blend. See if we can blend this. Is it possible to blend this? I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Let us I'm going to create a shape on it. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'll save it first. That's always a good idea. Motion. Okay. I'm going to copy this and place it on top. And then take that all the way down. Oops. All right, let's see if I can blend those two objects. I kind of doubt it. I don't think it's gonna like it. Nah, I don't think it liked it. All right, I think I'm gonna actually have to animate it. So I don't even think it tried it. All right, so I'm going to have to get rid of my layers, my additional layer here. Just make sure I haven't got duplicates. Okay, so here we are, layer 1. I'll go ahead and duplicate this and turn the old one off. Go ahead and begin to animate that up. then lather, rinse, repeat, as though that did me any good. So I'm turning off the old layers as they go, because I don't want to accidentally move anything. Again, the more layers you have, the smoother the animation is going to be. You do not have to make yours like mine. You could do it with just a bunch of shapes. That would be fine too. All right, so, and then if you wanted it to stay in this position, of course, you're just going to duplicate a bunch of layers. Let's pretend I wanted it to stay there for a moment. Okay, the thing that I'm going to do, basically, this is all the same, is I'm going to shake the eyeballs. Okay, I'll leave that one alone. All right, so now to get my face to go back to its original position, I basically want to reverse engineer it. Okay, so let's just look at this. Find out where it stops moving. Okay, so there it is. It stopped moving here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select from layer 1 to layer 8, and I am going to duplicate those. Okay, from there to there. I'm going to take them all the way to the top, and then I'm just going to start reversing the order. Okay, so that should produce. Okay, that has to go to the. 'Cause, 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 'cause I think I missed one here. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So we got him emoting. Do, 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 do. His eyeballs shaking. And then beginning to come back to neutral. All right. It's quite a few layers, but it wasn't a lot of movement there. All right. So I want to make sure all of my layers are on. Then I can export as. I'm going to export as emotion. And then I am not doing the animating blends here in advanced. Make sure to turn that one off because I don't have an actual blend. But I can go ahead and loop it. That is kind of fun. Make sure that AI layers to Swift frames is set for your export as. And then it'd be all right. Okay, so give that a try. Emotion. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, in what other class can you do something fun like that? You know, I ask you. All right, so that's what you're looking to do. In some way, shape, or form, you could do this completely different. I kind of hope you do, because there's so many ways to animate an emotion. You could do it with basic shapes. You could do it with blocks. You could do it, you know, you could do it with a pen tool, just lines if you wanted to. It's up to you. All right. So any questions about that? You guys, yes, sir.
I don't know if you noticed, but in the K drive in your folder, I put a folder called Animation.
Okay.
What